If you're trying to learn to take blood pressures and you can't hear anything, this video is for you. Part 2, we are gonna do a demonstration today. So if you have not seen my last video, it's pinned on my page on how to take a blood pressure if you can't hear anything, giving you some general tips and tricks. But today, we're gonna do a demonstration. So, have my stethoscope here, have my blood pressure cuff. I got this off of Amazon. First things first, if you're new to taking blood pressures, do not take it over someone's sleeve. Tell the person that if they love you, they will roll their sleeve up because you're trying to learn the right way. So, rolling my sleeve up here, have my blood pressure cuff. The nice thing about this one is it has the line for the artery. You don't have to be absolutely perfect. Just get it in the general area. Okay, it's on. It is not perfectly beautiful, but it is on. So I have my little meter here. I have the squeeze ball. I like to tighten it all the way up and then loosen it just a little so it's not tight and it doesn't get stuck on me because that is my problem. And then have my stethoscope here. Make sure your stethoscope is on. So if it has a little notch, if you have a Littmann, I don't know if you can see it on here actually because it's like a weird angle. Mine has a little notch right there. You want that pointing to whichever side of the bell you're gonna be using. So I'm gonna use this side. This means that it's on. We're gonna put it in our ears. And then we wanna listen, if we can, right in this area is where we're gonna hear it at. Sometimes you can hear the brachial pulse, sometimes you can't. It's okay if you can't, don't panic. And then I am going to set this down because this is difficult to do one-handed. We're gonna go ahead and pump this up. I usually try to do between 20 and 40 over what I think their blood pressure top number is gonna be. So usually around, depending on the person, 140 to 180. I know mine runs a little low. I don't like to do this left-handed. You're gonna slowly let it out. I can actually hear mine like pulsing right now. You're gonna slowly let it out until you start to hear anything, and then that is gonna be your top number. You will also see the tick jump usually on your meter, but sometimes it jumps a little earlier, a little late. So whenever you hear, go with. And you're gonna let it down like 2 to 3 at a time if you can. See if I can show you guys it ticking. See how it's moving? So that's what it's gonna look like. It'll jump though. And then we're gonna let it out slowly. And then whenever we hear the last one is our bottom number. So in summary, what you wanna do is you want to get the cuff on their arm pretty snug, make them roll up their sleeve, tell them if they love you, they'll roll up their sleeve, and if they don't, to deal with it. And then you are going to pump up the blood pressure cuff to probably about 40 over whatever you think their top number is gonna be. If they tell you their blood pressure runs high, you can go up to 160, 180. You're not gonna stay there very long. And then you're gonna slowly let it out. You want it to fall like 2 to 3 millimeters of mercury a second or so, just so you can hear when that initial beat is. You will also see it tick, but sometimes the tick is a little earlier, a little late, so don't fully rely on that. And then you're going to listen until you stop hearing anything. So once you hear that last beat, that is your bottom number of your blood pressure. If you can't hear it, it's okay. I promise you are gonna figure this out. It comes with practice. Practice on your friends, practice on your family, practice on yourself. And then if you still can't hear it, it's okay. Get a double stethoscope at school and ask someone to help you find it when they hear it and listen, because a lot of times it's just learning what the sound is that you're actually listening for, and sometimes it's so quiet that you don't even hear it. So even practicing with a blood pressure cuff and watching when it ticks, you know that there should be some sort of beat there and you could listen for it and even move your stethoscope around some. But in general, this is a pretty good spot to try to listen if you can. If you can palpate a brachial pulse, which in my last video I said was over here, it's definitely on the inside of the arm, so don't mind me, mine is like right in here. If you can palpate it, that's perfect. Put your stethoscope right there and that's where you're gonna hear it at. If you can't, I promise it's gonna be okay and you're gonna figure this out. But let me know what other tips and tricks and demonstrations you need, because I am here for you and I was you in my first semester of nursing school.